It's time to start developing your first Facebook application. I'm going to show you how to do that and how to deal with the two sets of developer resources that you find on Facebook. The first set of resources consists of public information, and you find those resources by using the developers link that's at the bottom of almost every Facebook page. If I click here, I can go to public resources that are available to anyone. If you noticed on the previous page, I wasn't even logged into Facebook. And I can get to these resources. And there are links here, how to build an app, the principles of them, case studies, and so forth. Lots of information here. Ways to participate in discussions and in events. There's a great deal of information here that anyone can get to, and you might as well start by looking at what is publicly available so that you can make the most of these resources. At least know what is here. I'll be talking about many of these resources, but take a look around, see what's here, and then start to use the developer application. Now, in order to use the developer application, you have to be logged into Facebook and you have to access that application. So what I'm going to do now is log into Facebook and then go into the developer application, and we'll pick it up from there. I have now logged into the developer app. This is the app that you need to use in order to set up a new application. It's the first step in building an application, and it is a constant step that you take to find out what's going on in the Facebook world and to modify your applications. You can see all of your applications here in this list. You can also see up here the discussion board, the most recent topics that have been discussed in the discussions area of the developer app. Now, these discussions run the gamut from newbie questions to esoteric questions. Many people find that this display of 5 recent discussion topics is useful to give you a flavor of what's going on. You can subscribe to discussions if you come up to the discussions tab up here, but this gives you an idea of what's going on. Also, to get an idea of what's going on is this news section here where there are postings on a regular basis. It's regular in the sense of a couple of times a week, so that you can keep up with what's going on, and you can subscribe to the news. This is subscribing to the developer news. It's a useful thing to do, particularly when you're getting started, to see what's happening. And even if you don't subscribe to it, it's a good idea to check in and look at the most recent week, month, 2 months worth of postings, just to see what's happening in case you're not following it every day. It depends what you're using your Facebook app for. Down here in the lower right is another important area of the developer app page, which is the status, and you can see that it's going to give you some information about what's going on, such as here there's a cache issue. And if you are debugging your application or get a call or an email from someone that they're having a problem with the application, one of the first things you should do, unless you can immediately see what the problem is, that they're doing something wrong or that you know there's something wrong with the application, one of the first things to do is to come down here in the developer app to the lower right corner and check the status to see if this is your app's problem or if it is some kind of site-wide problem. So this is the developer app. How do you get into it for the first time? The easiest way is to go to the developers tab, which is at the bottom of most pages on Facebook, and go to the public area. It's right down here, and go to that public area with information for developers and follow the links on getting started and click to use the Facebook developer application. There are any number of ways to get to the developer application, and once you have gotten to it, you can bookmark it down here. It'll be in your list of recently used applications, so you'll be going back to it on a regular basis. This is an overview of the developer application, and I'm going to come all the way up here to the top and look at setting up a new application. Now, by the way, here's a list of some of the applications that I'm working on at the moment. And you can go to the application itself, or you can go to specific links for that application to edit the settings and so forth. I'm going to set up a new application, and I'm not going to go to the first edit settings page, because the edit settings page that I'd go to if I clicked here will have the API key and the secret key for that application. That's where you find them once you've set up the application. And because test accounts can't use the developer application, I am actually now running under my own ID. So I hope you'll forgive me if I don't share my secret key and my API key with you. So we'll jump beyond that. But the first step now is going to be to set up a new application up here from the button at the upper right.